Okay. JSS and Pulinanandji,
Jai Satsang. Jai Satsang.
can you recite the 3 mantras everybody can follow?
Namo vitragaय.
Namo vitragaय.
Namo arihantanam.
Namo arihantanam.
Namo siddhanam.
Namo siddhanam.
Namo ayariyanam.
Namo ayariyanam.
Namo vasayanam.
Namo vasayanam.
Namo loe savasahunam.
Namo loe savasahunam.
Aso panchana muktaro.
Aso pancha namaskaro.
Savapavapanasano.
Savvapanas.
Manglanancha savesim.
Manglanam.
Padamam havai mangalam.
Padvam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satsang.
Jai Satchidanand Mahatma. We left at looking at the ahari, vihara, nihari, and see your experience of separation. Any feedback?
I have it.
Very good, Krishna Ben.
So like last Saturday, I had a very high fever since in the morning. So first, and my nature, I don't like to take any medication. So I try to avoid the medication and natural remedies. I try drinking hot water or all the Ayurvedic, all our spicy water and all. So I did that, but still fever was still there. It wasn't going down. The body was full pain. Then I start looking that okay, Krishna, at your body have fever. You are pure soul. So keep it separate for a while. Then after 15-20 minutes is jump back again. The pain is starting. Oh no, I cannot bear this pain. Then again 3 mantras start, again did that. So for a while it's workout. Then after I said, no, this is fever is still there. I cannot move from the bed because I was eating everything in the bed and everything. So I said, no, I need to take medication now on. This is not the good way to treat normally. I took the medication with the knowledge that, yeah, Krishna's body need the now this medication. Just take it and get rid of a fever and get up and start working on. So I did that. 2 days passed. The third day I was feeling better. Then still again fever came back. So Nimesh told me, Krishna, go to doctor. I said, no, I will be fine by tomorrow morning. The next day again my voice is gone. so, so that's okay. Now I have to go doctor. There is no option. Then I went to doctor. Then they check. Then this doctor say, it looks like, Krishna, you have infection in your throat and in your ears. So that's why you having pain and fever is not going down. So meanwhile, I asked him that, yeah, I feel like my B12 is low. The reason is all the symptoms I had, it's sign of the B12 is less. So doctor say, if you want to go blood work and then we can wait, or you want to start the antibiotic. So I said, no, 4 days I'm going like this on and off medication. So I will go antibiotic. Blood work we're gonna get the later on. Then I start antibiotic, then got better. So still one side is inside going on and off. I'm pure soul. This is the Krishna's body suffering. And still, and then finally I say, okay, now I have to take medication. So this was the whole experience for the last week.
Oh, very
Yes.
good. Pulinanandji?
It's very nice, very nice. Essentially, basically, we are looking at our body and trying to remain separate. So what you did was right. Initial, you avoided taking medicine, see how much you can tolerate. Then you went for medication, and then during the whole process, you try to remain separate or remain separate. So that is the way we have to do. That's a good experience. What happens is when the intensity of the pain becomes high, there's a tendency of that we might get engrossed in the body. So it is there that a little bit of Purusharth is required to remain separate or to remain in the awareness that I am the pure soul. And otherwise, if you can remain, it's fine. So what you did was good. If I may just add a little bit, the gross principle for any physical pains, it may be headache, it may be fever or any other thing, is that as far as possible, if let us bear the pain and let the body heal by itself. Essentially, let the body heal by itself. The body can, actually speaking, I've seen one or two Mahatmas who have never taken any medicine throughout their life for whatever it may be, severe infection, toothache, anything. And the body does heal by itself. It may take time, it may take a week, it may take it longer, but it does heal. Now, that is the strong understanding and a strong willpower. You know? So it is possible, but it's not possible for everybody to do it. Dada Bhagwan did it because he remained totally separate and the healing process was there. In our case, we have to just keep this at the back of our mind, this piece of information that the body has the capacity to heal, but we may not have that much of time or patience or that much physical endurance capability. So we may need medication. The other extreme is that little pain and you just pop in medicines or pop in pills. We just don't wait. We feel that we should get all right at the earliest. We should be fine and fit all the time. That is one end of the spectrum, which is not right for Mahatmas.
Yeah.
What we really need to do is remain separate if possible, or even if not, don't remain separate, don't take medications left, right, and center. You may recourse to natural home remedies, like in your case, gargling or taking turmeric. All those things are okay. Basically, we must do things which can support the immunity power of the body, enhance the immunity power or the resistance power of the body, vitality power of the body, so that it itself fights the infection. That is good. External medications are there, that is nothing wrong, but take it as a last resort. So the core concept is endure the pain or suffering to the extent you can, not at the cost of getting upset, disturbed, and angry, and then not doing work, lying down, and all that stuff. So you have to strike a balance where you can do whatever you're able to do and endure the pain. And it's not beyond your capacity. I mean, it goes beyond, the pain goes beyond your capacity. Then take recourse to medications. So this is the overall understanding we must be having, and then balance it out. Then balance it. That when to take medication, how much to take, etc. Because looking from the karmic point of view, if I look at purely from the karmic point of view, what we see is that this suffering is a result of some karmas. So the earlier we square it up, the better it is. If I take medication at the first instance of pain or suffering, then it might get subsidized. It might subside, but then the suffering is pending. So then it will come up sometime again in future. Then again you take medicine. Then again little bit of is pending. Then again will come up in future.
Yeah.
So what will happen is we'll be squaring off our suffering in installments. But if you earlier the installment, the better it is, like EMI. The more the greater the installment, the faster the debt will be cleared. Otherwise, it will pile up and pile up and pile up, and finally it will come during the last years of our lifespan.
Yeah.
There will be no recourse, and then all the suffering will pile up, and the last 1 or 2 years are really hell and miserable because you have piled up all the suffering till the end. But if square off the debt earlier, it is better. So this is a piece of information which will help us to approach the illness or suffering in a right frame of mind. And
Mm.
the people like Krishna who are young, if they understand this at this young age, then their old age is also very good. Sufferings are not piled up. You have already cleared it at the younger age, and the body has a better resilience power at a young age. At a younger age, you can endure pain more effectively. The mind is capable of enduring the pain. At old age, then the capacity, mental and physical capacities have reduced. Strength, stamina, mental stamina, physical have reduced. So the intensity of pain is also higher. So
Yeah.
it's a good thing. It's a
It's
good thing.
mostly it happen like whenever I get sick within 2 days, I get over it without medication. So I know that I can bear the 2 days. So, but then mommy's surgery was coming on Friday. Then everything, so many stuff was going on and on. So I said, no, now I have to get better. If I don't get better, then everything is packed up with Nimesh, file number 2, 3. Everyone is like getting suffer than one point after one. Then I said, no, okay, Krishna, chal, get up now. You have to take medication. These all the time you can avoid it, but this time you cannot. The circumstances asking you to get up. So say, okay,
No, that
come
is
on.
right. That is right. As I said, you have to take a working compromise at the present situation. Whatever situation you are in, you have to take a compromise between your Purusharth and the situations.
Yeah.
So that balancing, of course, we have that balancing. Perfect. What you did was right. Okay, fine. Yes.
Yes.
That's very good. Kushuk bhai.
Yes, everyone, Jai Sachidanand, Rajniji Jai Sachidanand,
Jai
Pulinanandji.
Sachidanand.
Yeah, first of all, I want to ask one or two questions. That this regarding the Dada Bhagwan Asim Jai Jaikar, it is also Vigna Nivarak. And when and where can we say these mantras?
There is, we can say it anywhere, anytime. There is no particular this thing, time at this part of the day in the morning. It can be said anytime. Vigna Nivarak, in the sense we are chanting this Asim Jaikar Ho. Basically, it's the glory to the inner pure soul. So it does help. It does help a lot. In the sense, the first thing, the antaskaran gets very still. The chitt becomes pure or shuddha. And because of that, then you can experience a lot of bliss or peace. So that peace does help in bringing about mental tranquility, and that in turn would also have its effects on the body. The body also feels light and nice. When we are disturbed mentally for a long time, then it does have its effect on the body. The enthusiasm level and energy levels go down. You don't feel like working or become lethargic. So instead of that, you feel energized. You get an enhanced sense of self-confidence, and then you are able to face the adversity, if any, with a more vigor.
So along the three mantra, this is also helpful. This is the thing,
Yeah,
right?
this is definitely. Yeah, both are helpful, yes.
So can this mantras, in traditionally they have mantras where they do it with along with some activity or before some activity. Sometimes along with some activity also they do it. So like for example, with bathing they have some mantras. So these mantras also can be done like that.
Different other Vedic mantras have their own significance, and then they have to be done in the way they're supposed to. Some mantras are to be done after a bath or sitting folded hands or whatever. Then that protocol you have to follow. For us here, if we do it, see, there are some people who do it during walking or during the day while cooking and all. No, that is extra. Extra in the sense, if you are doing the Bhagwan Asimjek or while doing some work, then the advantage is that first thing is you will be in a good frame of mind. You will not have any unpleasant or bad thoughts coming. And second thing, it basically block all undesirable thoughts, coming. So that it serves that purpose of blocking unnecessary or unpleasant or thoughts that you don't like or you don't desire. So that benefit you get by
Some light activity which doesn't require focus, we can do with that. Some
how you
heavy
can do
activity.
with that.
Yeah, with some
So that is
heavy.
see that has only the advantage in that case is that the mind is focused here and unnecessary thoughts are not there. The purpose is different. But when you sit and do chanting for the purpose of chanting or for the purpose of aligning with the pure soul, then you have extreme amount of chitt shuddhikaran and you have a enhanced advantage. Truly speaking, the benefit of Asim Jekar is doing it with Sudukyo. That is in the presence of the chitt and you're totally focused on it and it's being done for this, with that in mind that I'm doing Asim Jekar of the pure soul within me. So that is true worship. That is true worship of the pure soul. So really speaking, there you get a lot of chitt-shuddhikar and insights can come, and you feel a lot of better. So these are done with two different purposes. One is the real worship, the way it is supposed to be done, and others is an extra bonus that also does help. A good frame of mind, good vibrations, good thoughts. Sometimes some people play that cassette in the background, in mobile or somewhere. So it serves as a good refreshing, this thing, a good environment in the house or in the kitchen, wherever. So both have their own benefits. Both have their.
And then I want to know what is the role of Vyavhar in moksha, the Shuddh Vyavhar or the Bhagavad Gun, what is the role of Vyavhar in moksha? What is it? Why is it required,
See, Vyavhar, though we have anyway all brought. What is Vyavhar? The operation of mind, body, speech. Mind is operating the body, speech is operating the body, is doing its work, and it's interacting with people. And it is caught in various situations also. You're driving a car, you're working, etc., etc. So that is all Vyavhar. The functioning of the mind, body, speech in solo or along with people or in situations is all Vyavhar. Anything apart from Atma, anything apart from pure soul is all Vyavhar, you see. That's all. So the Vyavhar is very important. Essentially, what are we supposed to do now? We are supposed to square off the Vyavhar, to clear the Vyavhar. No pending claim from somebody outside and no pending claim for inside. Inside in the sense, our anger, pride, deceit and greed, bodh, man, maya, lobh, all those have to be cleared. If these two, so the whole purpose is to clear all this. And for that, we are very well equipped in the sense we have got the vision of the pure soul. So the way of clearing the Vyavhar for us as Mahatmas, is be an observer. Be an observer of the mind, body, speech. Be an observer of file number one. Remain Gnata Drashta of file number one. That is our primary Purusharth. And in that process, while we are observing, it gets cleared. The mind, body, speech atoms get cleared, and the Vyavhar also gets cleared. So if you the same thing put in a slightly different manner is that clearing of Vyavhar is basically we don't hurt anybody. If someone hurts us, we take it with the help of Gnan that this is our own hisab that is coming back to us. So that is one way of swearing of Vyavhar. One way is remaining Vignata Drashta of Vyavhar. So, and if you cannot remain directly so much alert, then taking Purusharth that I don't want to hurt anybody by mind, body, speech, then I don't want to get entangled in my discharge moha. Like we said last time, food, movies, all the five senses. So I don't want to get engrossed or tanmayakar in that. That is one Purusharth for us. And it will happen. The force of the discharge is very high. So the Purusharth that we have to do is wherever we find that this is the place where my Jagruti, my awareness does not remain, that I am the pure soul, but I get engrossed in my number one. So that particular place, we have to either by proper understanding or by reverse opinion forming, reverse auto suggestion. Then આપણે ઊંધા આંટા કહીએ છીએ. So by that, we can clear off the imposed belief that there is happiness in that. For example, when the food comes and I just get in because, oh, this is nice food. Or if I just passing by the road and I see a new restaurant, then immediately I must go over here. Either jana padega. This is a nice place. So because why do such thoughts come? Because I have imposed happiness in that food is a source of happiness. So wherever that was my belief and opinion of the past birth. In the past birth, I have said that, I believe that, I have opined like that. So thoughts of those type will come now. Today, those thoughts are purely a discharge, the result of that opinion. So the Purusharth is I have to just observe when the thoughts come. Now, I am not able to remain so much as an observer because the intensity of the thoughts is so high that I get engrossed. Because that belief still, entangles me or pulls me. So to diminish the force of that discharge, I have to today give a reverse auto suggestion. Food is not a source of happiness. Food is not a source of happiness. Food is not a source of happiness. And whenever we eat feed, we can say, let me eat with vigilance, Jagruti Purvak. Let me chew it and let me do no dari or get up when still there is little bit of hunger left.
Basically,
So,
that's now nine kalams,
So I've given example of the seventh kalam of food. Now this same logic is applicable to all places where we get entangled. We may get, and that was this swadendriya. If it is chakshundriya, the eye, then maybe we have imposed belief in movies, outings, etc. So do same reverse opinion over there. Then it can be beliefs in money. I want to make more money, more money. So that is a belief associated with greed, love. So there also I have to do a reverse thing. Then it could be in Vishay. So then I have to do the sixth kalam. So then I have to do all that. So we have to basically see which part of our discharge prakriti.
You have to clear the wrong beliefs. Right, that's what you're saying.
Right. Yes. Basically, we are diluting that intensity to a level where it will not draw as iron. By supposing I do just one example, if I take this food now, I do so much of reverse opinioning that for me it is ingrained. Then whenever I've thought about food or some nice dish I see on TV or maybe in a newspaper or magazine, the thought will come, but it will go away. I will not get drawn into it. So we have to come to that level where the thoughts come and go and we are not entangled. And then gradually the thoughts will also go finally. But today we have to bring the intensity low by enhancing today's understanding. Thoughts are coming based on the previous birth's understanding and beliefs. And based on today's beliefs and understanding, we have to enhance our Jagruti by doing a reverse auto suggestion. And then it will balance out. Then it will not have disturbance.
So the Shuddh Vyavhar is base, but the Shuddh Vyavhar, what is called? The state of observer?
No, Shuddh Vyavhar is basically near about. Shuddh Vyavhar is all Vyavhar without Rag Dvesh. All Vyavhar without Krodh Man Maya. All Vyavhar that goes as Gnata Drashta. So observer status minus the Krodh Man Maya Lobh or anger, pride, deceit, or all Vyavhar without attraction and abhorrence. That is strictly speaking Shuddh Vyavhar. So that will only come when we remain separate or we have the enhanced understanding that I don't want to do this.
So along with that, the Prakriti will get elevated. It will have Bhagwan automatically.
That is the process. That is the process of eliminating the Prakriti or purification of the Prakriti. There are two ways. one is the akram way and one is the kramic way. In the akram way, we remain gnata drashta, we observe the status and clear it out. And in the kramic mark, I, as the doer with ego, have to clear it out. That means I will say, I don't want to get angry. I don't want to have greed. I don't want to eat this food. I, as a doer, have to clear out those atoms. And here, I, as the observer, is clearing out those atoms. So that is basically it's cleansing the prakriti. Basically, it's cleansing the prakriti.
So the prakriti will develop Bhagavad Gun when it happens, the cleansing.
Bhagavad Gun will happen. That will be the result of this thing. Bhagavad Gun basically, when our anger, pride, deceit, and greed, 4 kashais, when they gradually reduce or diminish, parallelly, the Bhagavad Gun automatically will manifest. If my anger reduces, growth reduces, Shama, forgiveness, that property or guna will automatically surface up. Because it's a counterbalance. The moment somebody disturbs me, I don't get angry. What have I done? I've forgiven that person. So as the anger thing goes down, the Bhagavad Gun of forgiveness, Shama, that automatically will start manifesting.
So our aim should be the reduction of kashayas and not hurting other ones. So that is our aim.
Yes. One line statement of going to moksha, the Purusharth of going to moksha is elimination of Krodh, Man, Maya, Lobh, or the 4 kashais. That's all. Because it is only and only these kashais which are joining. It's the adhesive between the prakriti or mind, body, speech and the pure soul. That is the gum or adhesive which keeps that. The moment that goes away, they will remain separate. The mind, body, speech will remain, but the pure soul will be so separate they will remain constant as observer status. That Dada Bhagwan as Atmanu Spasht Vedan, or Keval Gnan status. Which will remain till the Ayushya karma or the karma of the lifespan is still pending. So they will remain separate, and when the lifespan is over, this will also fall down. So essentially, it's clearing this either the kramic way or akram way. That's the one line statement of Purusharth.
Thank you.
Yes, and then there are means and ways and understanding of doing that. So for that, what really it boils down to is we must, to clear the debt or to clear these inner enemies or to clear this inner defilements is first I must know that I've got this anger, I've got this greed. So to realize or to bring, it should come to our notice. For that, you have to remain an observer. You have to be a separate observer and observe what's happening to file number 1. And once you remain observed, then you can catch all the enemies. And then once you catch the enemies, automatically Purusharth will start.
Got it. Okay. Thank you very much. Yes,
Jai Satchidanand. Hey, Shalaban.
Jai Satchidanand, Pulinanandji, Jai Satchidanand Mahatmas. Pulinanandji, since even the last satsang, you mentioned separating yourself, separating from file number 1. And you said separation should be there at every point, and that should be our aim, trying to observe. And you mentioned it right now, the same thing. And so what my question was, I'm able to do this at, like when I'm not actively engaged in any activity, when I'm just sitting quietly, I'm able to do it. And I'm also able to do it when when I just have thoughts coming in my mind, thoughts crossing my mind, and I'm quiet and I'm not engaged in any conversation, I'm able to do it. But only where there is an intellectual activity, when there's intellect involved, at that time the separateness is definitely not there. So is it possible to do that? How do you cultivate that? Especially when you have to make some decision, and I don't know.
I understand what you're saying is, but you see, that will take time. That will take time because you see, the discharge karmas are pending, na?
Yes.
So So the use of the intellect or the antaskaran for that matter, then you're taking decision making, that much of involvement with there.
Yes.
So the in between Purusharth is, before we start that activity, we say, let me square off this file. A file no sambhavi nikal karne shakti apo. Do the activity and at the end see what activity was done.
Yes. Okay.
That Purusharth we can do.
Yes, that I'm doing. After the activity is done, I'm able
Because
to.
you see, we have brought karmas where we need to do it.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
for example, you are going for shopping. And when you're going for shopping, you need to do a lot of intellectual activity as to whether I should buy this, I should buy that.
Yes, yes.
So for that, that will happen. But hey, data, something has gone wrong. So for that much involvement will there.
Yes.
That involvement will be there. So don't worry about that. Before and after. So what we have to do is, whether we are more drawn into the decision making, whether it's ragdosh or not, whether we are hurting someone or not, that portion we can be alert and try to square it off.
Okay.
Afterwards, of course. So
Okay.
that awareness we can keep.
Yes.
And then gradually, then after the file is over, again we become aware that I'm pure soul, I'm separate. So don't worry about that. That will remain for the time being.
Okay, I got it.
And as the files reduce, the intensity of the files reduce, then during those process while talking also we will remain an observer of the speech. That is a result of enhanced awareness and a result of reduced files or reduced intensity of the files. Intensity of ragdvesh while dealing with. So that is a result that will come as a result of all our Purusharths.
So right now, what we can do is before the activity and after the activity is when we can maintain the awareness.
Bas.
At least then we can analyze and try to
Wrong has
remove.
happened, or for example, the intellect has overplayed and too much of analysis and plus and minus and this and that. So
Yes.
that then we can catch ourselves and back and say, don't think so much, just think little bit and
Okay.
stop.
Okay, I got it.
Or for some reason decision is not coming, then keep it on hold.
Okay.
Overplay of the intellect, we should
Yes.
guard against.
Yes.
That Purusharth we can definitely.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Jai Sachidanand.
Yes.
Jai Sachidanand. Okay, so home.
Jai Sachidanand Pulinanandji, Jai Sachidanand Dada.
Jai Sachidanand.
I had actually one doubt, one question. So, are there any consequences of playing games on our Gyan? Actually, yesterday I saw one video in that few people were doing just robbery. So I just realized that like we play games like we kill our opponent in just imagine. And so are there any like consequences or is it like all the robberies are the result of those involvement?
1 minute. Let me understand your question. You said you were playing a video game where you have to kill somebody or you, right?
Yeah. So so that's not in reality, but we just behave like
it's a video
we
game.
just
I
act like
understood.
that.
It's a virtual video. It's a virtual game and a virtual this thing, but it's a video game. Yeah, definitely it'll have an impact. Definitely it'll have an impact because you see there violence is involved, hinsa is involved.
That's right. Yeah.
So and our chitt is also there. So our chitt becomes assured to that extent. We are involved in that violence to the extent. So then it will prevent us from becoming non-violent or ahimsa.
Yeah. So nowadays,
And
the like
chitt ashuddhikaran will definitely take place. Physical sports or activities is better.
Yeah.
When you're
So
playing
yeah,
badminton, for example, or cricket or whatever game you're playing physically, actually. So then it is
physically,
exercise
yeah.
for the mind. Then even the attention also gets sharpened. Chitt becomes shuddh. You are more attentive because you have to be. So and exercise, of course, is the this.
Yeah. So
So
after
that may be okay for the not get too involved into it unless it's your profession. But from an exercise point of view, physical and mental, that's fine. These video games are extremely detrimental. Whether violent or non-violent, let me put it both ways. So you mentioned about a violent game or a video game. There are many things going around. But even if it's a non-violent game, they're just doing something. Those also are not desirable. I wouldn't say stop it, but if you ask me, in the long run, they are not desirable because you are engrossing the chitt in the wrong place.
True.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so like yesterday, I saw a video that two people were just doing a robbery with one car, and I realized that like while playing games, we do these kind of things in the game. That's not reality, but our mind is totally involved in that. So does it bind a karmas like that?
It will bind karmas, definitely. Well, if
Yeah.
you take a karmas, you cannot bind a new karmas, but the pending ones will remain because we are taking pleasure into it now. So then later on also thoughts of that type will still keep coming to you. That robbery is good. This is not the way to do robbery. This is the way to do robbery. Vihara will not get caught or whatever. So our intellect or antaskaran will still remain engaged in such things. It won't get square up. That will talk of Vyavhar. That will not take place.
Yeah, actually, I realized because a few days ago I had one incident that a few people robbed something from me, like few days ago. That's why. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I just realized that like while playing games and doing these things, we all do these things. That's why I just ask you.
No, don't worry. That does not induce robbery to you. The robbery that happens to us is the reason of our karma. Maybe whatever karma we have done, so we have to suffer that. But you're true. Unnecessary bad thoughts will come.
Yeah, it makes a bad impact on our chitt.
Yeah, 100% bad.
Yeah, got it.
All these things were not there previously, na?
Yeah, yes.
Previously, in the sense, say 20 years down the line, or even
few years ago.
And a few years ago, also it was not there. So
that's right.
It is definitely not desirable. Definitely. Unfortunately, the world is going that side, but then the ill effects will be realized later on. What do you think?
Yeah, got it. Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand, very good, Sohan. Please do try to come back when you get a chance.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, I saw a message and I saw that there is an English satsang, so that's why I just joined.
Very good.
Last week I missed it actually.
Oh, okay, very good. So you know that. Okay, good. Are you finished studying or working?
Yeah, I do. I'm on a work permit, so I work here.
Is what?
Yeah, my schooling is done.
Okay, so what's your background?
I work in IT department.
Oh, so you are. What's your IT means hardware, software?
No, kind of both. I have done electronics and embedded systems, so I do both of them, both software and hardware.
Okay, I'm glad you came because we have made a group of people like you for the group Purnima. So I'll add you data in group because do you know Ashit Patel and
I have
Hardik
heard the
Patel?
names. Yeah, I know Hardik.
Okay, Ashit
yeah, I have met him several times.
Okay, Ashit is in Winnipeg.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
I haven't met him personally.
I will introduce to you. Okay, very good. Okay.
Jai Sachidanand.
Miraben?
Jai Sachidanand, Pulinanandji, Rajnikaka, and all the Mahatmas. The lovely
Jai
questions are
Sachidanand.
also there. Jai Sachidanand. My question is actually regarding the chitt. How do we purify the chitt? How does the chitt get purified? How can it be? Can we do anything?
Essentially, by not getting engaged in any of the four kashais by remaining in the non-hurting mode, man vachan
Mm.
kaya,
Mm.
not to hurt anybody, mind, body, speech, even if someone does injustice to us. Not we alone. But the crux will come when we don't hurt someone, even if someone hurts. The challenge is over there.
Mm.
Along from one side, we will be reasonably successful. But to remain successful when someone hurts us,
Mm.
that is seeing others as innocent,
Mm.
seeing
Mm.
others as non-doer,
Mm.
निर्दोष dressed akarta dressed.
Mm.
So that the more and more that gets cultivated, basically the right understanding gets cultivated, the chitt becomes pure.
Because
At the physical level, though,
ha
that is well that we don't engage in activities which hold our
ha
chitt or where the chitt gets stuck.
okay,
Like
okay.
you're shopping, then the chitt gets engrossed in that whatever be like say a watch or a dress or whatever, or your chitt typically gets engrossed in movies. Well, TV was earlier, now it is laptop, mobile, and YouTube and whatever. So wherever the chitt gets stuck, those are detrimental and leads to chitt ashuddhikaran or impurification. So avoiding those things will stop the impurification. And the countermeasure to that, impurification, and if you want to purify that aspect of it, is by reading the three mantras. Reading each and every letter of the three mantra, eyes closed. If we are basically visualizing as if it is being written in front of us or reading or with eyes closed.
Mm.
So that is one of the measures
Mm.
of chitt shuddhikaran. Second thing is not allowing it to get impure when it gets stuck. Third thing is being non-violent, seeing others as innocent, non-doer. And in between all this, what will help us is reverse auto-suggestion, as I said, not in favor of the weaknesses. The now Kalams essentially. May I not be the sixth Kalam, seventh Kalam, first Kalam, all those things. So all these will help us in clearing our wrong understanding. So these are all measures for chitt shuddhi.
Jai Satchidanand. The reason I'm asking is because my chitt, when I'm reading satsang or listening to satsang or even just performing Mira's, I mean, when we are doing Purusharth in this interim state, the chitt is gooming around, and I cannot seem to pull the chitt back to say we are. And I know Mira is not doing. It is not in Mira's hands. Mira is not this, but sometimes I wish my chitt would just stay. If I am now in satsang, I am listening to you, and my chitt is here, listening to you, and it is, and I am focusing only on this. But sometimes when I'm alone and I am doing this by myself, I would be saying Trimantra, I would be reading something, but it is gooming to the is my pressure cooker moving? Should I cook dinner? Is there a meeting coming? I mean, but how do I make it strong? And I'll do these things that you suggested, Pulinanandji. But how do I make it strong that it stays and I'm fully aware, fully present, fully in Shuddhatma? Do
Okay,
I?
so
Hmm.
your question in the beginning was the general one, so I did give the general solutions. And I think the specific question that you are facing is how to remain in the present moment. One line summary. How Vartaman ma rehu, how to remain in the present
Yes.
moment, or what
Yes.
we that is your question.
Yes. Always in Jnana, in the present moment. Consistently.
If you are in the present moment, Gnan will be there. Gnan
Okay.
is still there, but we are not aligned with the Gnan, you see.
Ha 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 ha.
The moment you are aligned with the Gnan, it's there. So your question is, how do we
Yes.
remain in the present moment? That's
Yes.
your main question is
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Now,
Jai
for
Sachidanand. Ha.
that, you have to catch yourself. You have to catch yourself or your chitt going away and make it resolve that no, do
Ha.
this only.
Okay.
Example, you are saying prayers and the thoughts may pop up that have I kept pressure cooker or is a meeting coming or whatever, any other worldly activities.
Ha.
Tell the mind, I will attend to you afterwards. I am doing this prayer or I am reading or whatever. I will do this for this much time, whatever time you have decided for half an hour I want to do or 20 minutes I want to do this.
Ha.
So then tell the mind, please come after 10 minutes, please come after 30 minutes.
Okay.
Now
Okay.
I am going to do this. So I will attend to you after. Unless it's a very pressing thing, then only you have to go over there. That if you put a cooker on the stove, then you have to count the whistles and close the stove. But otherwise, basically the thing is not to entertain thoughts which will disturb your present act.
Okay. Okay.
Just talk to it and say, I will attend to you after I finish this, whatever that this may be. Maybe you're saying read these, maybe you're reading, or maybe watching Satsang or whatever. And that is true even while doing other activities. Supposing you're eating, then I attend to you after I am doing eating. Supposing you're working, supposing you're doing your office work, and then a thought comes up of a home or some friend or some illness, and or you're in the middle of some very, very intense work. So that time also you can tell the thought, yes, I will thank you, but I will attend to you after this. I'll attend to you during lunchtime, or I'll attend to you after I reach home, whatever. Basically, giving it an appointment. I will attend to you after this. So what will happen is you will not lose your present moment. You will remain in the present. That is the key.
Okay. Okay.
And then afterwards you attend to it also. Say after you have finished, say Satsang or your office work or your kitchen work, then say, okay, now tell me. And then quickly attend to that thought or that activity, what will happen, how will I meet that relative, how will I do that, then again then remain focused on that. Essentially try to remain, basically, if I have to say one word is, we have to cultivate the habit of remaining focused on the activity at hand. So you see today our chitt is very much fragmented. So it goes here and there. And at the slightest thing, we start thinking all other things also, thoughts of all other things other than the activity at hand. So the first thing is to remain focus. Tell the mind, I will attend to you afterwards. First, sharpen the chitt and remaining focus. Now, after we come to that level, it will take some time to come to that level. After we go to that level, and then our chitt becomes really sharp, focus, and all. Then, as we advance in Jagruti or awareness, then we will come to a state where we will be able to multitask also. Where we will be able to do multitasking also. That I'm talking to someone, I'm also speaking here somewhere, doing that work, attend to him, giving my answer yes or no. That capacity to do multitask will come later on. Don't do multitasking now. See, there are a lot of theories going on in this world. We must be good multitasker, we must be good focused person. Right now we have to be focused because the child was scattered. So we are not able to execute work at hand properly. Whether it's reading, cooking, this work, whatever. So first cultivate the habit of being focused. The chitt The chitt being present in what we are doing.
Mm.
That is being in the present, as they call it. Having an enhanced attention span, able to remain attentive for a duration. So first thing is to cultivate that, and as and when our weaknesses will reduce, anger, pride, deceit, and greed, then that the enhanced Atma Jagruti. As our Atma Jagruti gets enhanced, then we will come to a stage of multitasking without getting this.
Okay. Jai Sachidanand. Jai Sachidanand. I will do that. I will do that.
Okay, Jai Sachidanand, Mirabai. Okay, Pulinanandji, we have a few minutes now. So, there's very good discussion on separations for the mind, wandering mind, and chitt. You want to add anything you can give it to the Mahatmas for ahar, vihar, and nihar so they can practice more and get more aware of the separation? If you have any more additions.
Well, it is basically an enhanced Jagrati only. You can't, bringing our awareness or remaining in the present is the key. Essentially, that is the key. So that will remaining in the present is the key. And that is not happening. That is not happening, and it will not happen because we are in the Akram path. And in the Akram path, we have a lot of karmas and discharge more and discharge kashayas to get squared off. It is these things that are popping up. Na? These are the obstacles of remaining awareness. So unless that garbage is cleared, this will not happen. I mean, in the sense, it will be a laborious activity every time to remain in the present. But if the garbage is cleared, then you will automatically remain in the present. Whether it's ahar, vihara, or whatever. That is why I have decided that I'm planning that we give one Purusharth for 1 week of taking one major facet of our Prakriti, which is blocking us on and off and not making us entangled in our Prakriti, Tanmayakar, as we say. So if you are able to work on it and nullify it, then that portion of the Prakriti will always remain vigilant or separate or self-aware. So, and we clear 3-4 major hindrances of our Prakriti, then this will happen by default. You will not have to remain up. It will happen by default. You cannot force your Jagrati, because then what will happen, then it becomes too much of a labor, and then it won't be easy. I mean, that can also be done, nothing wrong. That is nothing wrong. I'm not against it. It's perfectly all right. It's one way of remaining separate. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. If someone can do that, it is good. Someone can do that, it's very good. Basically, it's an enhanced awareness. It's an enhanced awareness. Now then it's up to each individual how to enhance his awareness. What is blocking the awareness? What is the hindrance to that awareness? How to remain in the present moment? So these are all facets of the same issue, different viewpoints to the same issue.
Yeah, you made a good point because we've been talking about food and all that for a long time. So now I'm talking about myself. Jagruti before the eating, starting prayer and separation that comes, and then it's a middle, it goes away, comes back and goes. So you're right. So it just after a while it starts becoming not continuous, but awareness starts coming. Yeah.
So that is what I am aiming at too. My whole objective, this Holika thing that we just happened to say last Friday for that matter, is the same thing. Basically, is to support the same thing, that how to be ever vigilant of mind, body, speech. Then you define as ahar, vihar and all that. But essentially, how to be aware on a constant, continuous basis. That's the whole end goal is the same thing. End goal is the same thing. So only the path is right. So I'm trying to structure a Purusharth, which if done on a continuous basis, say for 6 to 12 months, will lead to that state. Will lead to that state. That's the whole. That's it.
Okay, Shaila Ben?
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand. Sorry, J. Sachidanand Pulinanandji. I'm just trying to understand. So this exercise that you talked about, should we just focus on one kashai that we are struggling with? Is it what you mean? And then we'll just keep focusing on that?
Yeah, I tell you, basically, the whole thing popped up last Friday, where I happened to speak to Nimesh Anand, and basically we had Holi, and then I happened to speak to him that has he heard anything, Dada Bhagwan saying what was the spiritual significance of Holi? Holi, as we know, we burn this thing, we do prayers and we offer puja to the Holika, and then there are Puran stories also that Holika was burnt and then Prahlad did not get burned and all that. So those are the story formats of the issue. So what is the spiritual significance behind that, if any? And then he told me that Dada Bhagwan had said that the purpose of Holi, in Holi, we offer a lot of, while doing puja, we offer the coconut, in the fire. We throw it in the fire. So that is the physical activity. The spiritual significance behind that is we are basically offering our mind, body, speech into the fire of the Gnan, Gnan Agni as we call it, knowledge of the fire of knowledge. Essentially, we are surrendering our weaknesses in the fire of knowledge.
Yes.
In the fire of Atma. So that is the spiritual significance of the physical activity of that coconut in the fire. So that was one thing. Then other thing was that all worldly things, the entire Prakriti, the Prakriti is all temporary and the soul is permanent. So that was signified in the story format as Holika getting burnt and Prahlad remaining unhurt. The Shuddhatma is unhurt and the Holika gets destroyed. So the Prakriti is of a destructive nature. It's going to get destroyed anyway. And the pure soul is the indestructible part. It's permanent part, you see. So in that story of we have to, the spiritual significance is that pure soul is separate and the Prakriti is of a destructive nature. It's going to get destroyed. And the third thing was, the more we remain as a Gnata Drashta or observer status, the Prakriti will get cleared faster. The weaknesses will diminish, as we just said, we have to remain an observer. So this was the significance, spiritual significance of Holi. And it's in line with all of us, we all Mahatmas, we want to go to moksha, we want to be free from the Prakriti and remain ever vigilant, remain ever in a spiritual awareness state that I'm the pure soul. So to help that intention of us, this is one of the Purusharths that I'm proposing for the coming 6 to 12 months. In fact, from this Holi to next Holi, that we will take up one weakness which pulls us in. When that comes in, so we get that Jagruti awareness of pure soul. So for a week, we work on that in the sound of asking, give us strength or things like that, so that we have an enhanced awareness of that weakness. And if that goes away, then for that much portion, our observer status will remain. As he said, ahari.
Okay, we'll focus on just one kashai that we're struggling with. Okay.
Everybody works for it. And then I'm proposing, since I've got a Friday slot on Zoom, so we could share some inputs for what other experiences people have. So there will be a lot of cross learning from Mahatmas, one Mahatma coming to the experience of Mahatmas. And the whole momentum builds up. So maybe the next 6 to 12 months, all of us have a step jump in our awareness, and we remain ever vigilant and separate from the mind, body, speech. So that was the whole proposal which I have proposed. And well, it was in Gujarati. So thank you for bringing out that point. Now it has come up in English also. So maybe we could just make a small clip of this and put it in this group, so that at least the other few English people, Miraben and others could take advantage of it. And let us work on it. Next Friday, I propose to put some topic or a point on which everybody could be vigilant, and we can debate it in our English section also later on.
Okay.
So that was the whole purpose. Yes.
Thank you. We'll do that. Jai Sachidanand.
Okay, so for the next week, we'll focus on one of our own weaknesses, right, Pulinanandji?
Everyone look at what is one thing which is pulling me out. Like Miraben brought about a very practical point that I'm not able to remain in the present. I'm doing some work and my chitt goes out. So that is one of the. So similarly, each one of us look where do we are unable to remain. Is it food, fifth Kalam, sixth Kalam, whatever, or this thing, and try to do a Purusharth on it for the week, and share your experience next Wednesday. Let's see, we'll discuss and see what can be done.
Okay.
I strongly suggest that everybody please pick up one Purusharth for the week and share your experience. It may be a failure story, it may be a success story. Not necessarily every time to bring a success story. It could be a failure, but failures are also a stepping stone to success. We can learn from failures. And one failure story will help everybody learn how to improve upon it. They may not have that weakness now, but if it comes up in the future, they have an answer ready had. Yes, this is how to overcome this particular weakness or shortcoming. So please, everybody, do some Purusharth and share your experiences for the next Wednesdays. Yes.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, our time is up. So can you do 3 months? Everybody can unmute and follow, please.
Namo vitragay.
Namo
vitragay.
Danam.
Namo
Namo
Arihantanam.
Namo siddhanam.
Namo Siddhanam.
Namo ayariyanam.
Namo ayariyanam.
Namo vajjayanam.
Namo vajjayanam.
Namo loe sawa sahunam.
Namo Sahunam.
Eso panchana mukkaro.
Eso Panchanamukaro.
Savabhava panasano.
Savapanasanam.
Mangalanam cha suvesim.
Mangalam cha Savesim.
Avai mangalam.
Padmam Avai Mangalam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai